Good day to all. My name is Rika Best. Welcome to the Nexus Narratives, where we dive into the stories shaping our world. Welcome to the Nexus Narratives, where we dive into the stories shaping our world. Today, we uncover a seismic shift in global diplomacy. India, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, even after the return of a successful visit of the all-party delegation stray, finds itself increasingly isolated on the world stage. After the ceasefire in Operation Sindoor, Modi's bold moves have backfired, leaving India grappling with miscalculations in both military strategy and international support. From Pakistan's rise in the UN Security Council to strained ties with neighbors like Bangladesh, what went wrong? Stay with us for a 15-minute deep dive into India's diplomatic crisis. Let's start in Bihar, where, just days after the ceasefire in Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister Modi delivered a rare speech in English, a language he seldom uses for domestic audiences. Was this a calculated message to the world, warning adversaries like Pakistan, or was it a political maneuver to rally support ahead of Bihar's crucial state elections? The Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, sees Bihar as a linchpin for its national dominance, and Modi's speech may have been more about votes than geopolitics. But here's the catch: the world wasn't listening. Modi sent a 51-member delegation to global capitals to explain India's stance on terrorism. The result? A diplomatic disaster. Nations turned a cold shoulder, leaving India isolated. So, what happened to Modi's much-touted foreign policy? Let's break it down. At the heart of India's troubles lies a critical miscalculation: underestimating Pakistan's military strength and its powerful ally, China. During Operation Sindoor, Indian strategists appeared blindsided by Pakistan's direct military involvement, bolstered by China's support. Beijing broke its usual diplomatic silence, providing Pakistan with satellite linkages, cyber capabilities, and strategic backing. It is said that even before the Rafale took off rights, the Pakistan AWACS locked in these jets. They claim that their AWACS radars could detect the Indian jets deployed prior to the attacks. This is how India lost its 3 jets, although lines park in tropics. India did hammer them hard by destroying the bases for which Pakistan was rewarded. India may have won, but morally in the eyes of the world, Pakistan won. Why? India believed it was fighting a single adversary. Instead, it faced a coordinated front. Reports suggest India's military losses were significant, though New Delhi remains tight-lipped, raising questions about the true toll. The activation of missiles and drones by India signals a late shift in strategy, proof that Modi's government underestimated Pakistan's capabilities from the start. The surprises didn't end with China. India also overlooked critical support for Pakistan from the United States. Under former President Trump, the U.S. quietly provided Pakistan with $400 million in aid, with American officials publicly thanking Islamabad for cooperation. India, it seems, was caught off guard, highlighting a glaring diplomatic blind spot. Worse still, India's traditional allies in the Quad, the US, Japan, and Australia, offered little support. Even Russia, once a steadfast partner, has adopted a neutral stance amid its own geopolitical entanglements, like the Ukraine conflict. India's absence from key forums like the G7 further underscores its diminishing global clout. Howdy Trump became Rowdy Trump for Modi. Trump does not trust Modi, and maybe likewise. Closer to home, India's relations with neighbors are fraying. Bangladesh, a longtime ally, has issued formal diplomatic protests accusing India of forcibly pushing its citizens into disputed no-man's land and violating human rights. Dhaka summoned India's ambassador and delivered a strongly worded diplomatic note, a rare move signaling deep discontent. Meanwhile, global perceptions of India are shifting. British intelligence reports have raised alarms about Hindu militancy, a stark contrast to the long-standing focus on Islamic terrorism. The destruction of religious sites in Manipur has further tarnished India's image, alienating potential supporters. Modi's government, it seems, failed to anticipate how domestic issues could ripple outward. While India struggles, Pakistan is seizing the global stage. In July, Pakistan will assume the presidency of the UN Security Council, cementing its influence in international diplomacy. Islamabad has also secured roles as vice chair of an anti-terror organization and a Taliban-related committee, amplifying its voice on security issues. India, on the other hand, faces setbacks. Its absence as a permanent UNSC member puts it at a strategic disadvantage, especially as Pakistan gains support from France and Britain. India's exclusion from the G7 summit is another blow, signaling a decline in its global influence. Even at the BRICS summit, Modi's presence was overshadowed by China's Xi Jinping, with a deputy attending Modi's speech in a breach of protocol. Modi's foreign policy, once hailed for its global outreach, is now under scrutiny. Despite years of high-profile trips and billions in investments, India failed to secure meaningful support post-2014. Neighbors like Nepal, Myanmar, and Bhutan have distanced themselves, and even the Global South hesitates to back India's anti-terror agenda when it targets Pakistan explicitly. Critics argue that Modi's grandiose rhetoric and pride have not resonated globally. India's push to list terrorists in the UNSC faces resistance, particularly from China, which opposes linking Pakistan to terrorism. With the armed forces ready but the government hesitant for prolonged conflict, India finds itself in a precarious position, militarily capable but diplomatically isolated. India stands at a crossroads. Modi's government must confront its diplomatic missteps, rebuild strained regional ties, and navigate a world where Pakistan's influence is rising. Can India regain its footing on the global stage, or will it remain isolated? The answers lie in New Delhi's next moves. That's all for today's deep dive. What do you think about India's diplomatic challenges? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more global news updates. This is Rika Best for the Nexus Narratives, signing off.